Columbia University junior Nicole Ross won the NCAA National Championship at Harvard in the foil fencing competition this year in April.
Everything just came together and I was super focused.
That win helped her become Columbia Student Athlete of the Month for the second time this year. When she's not wearing Columbia blue at collegiate events, Nicole represents the United States in tournaments worldwide. In the 2009 Junior World Championships in Belfast, Ireland, Nicole scored more than half of the U.S. team points.
We won in the final, and it was such a great experience, and the U.S. had never won a women's foil team event at World Championships or the Olympics.
As parents, we were screaming our heads off.
It was really fun.
I know it's, we're a little too calm about it, but we were screaming our heads off.
The 21-year-old has been fencing for about 12 years.
I was really into sports as a kid, and I did all sorts of sports. I did horseback riding, gymnastics, soccer, and I liked everything, but nothing really stuck. And then I really loved the film The Princess Bride.
She watched the Princess Bride movie, which has a lot of swashbuckling in it, so many times that she became enamored with the fencing parts of it and said, you know, I want to fence. So we looked in the phone book, found the 3 fencing sales in New York City, called the one that was closest to us at the time, and the rest is Ross history.
Simon is my coach, but Irene, his wife, is also my coach, and she's actually the one who taught me how to fence when I was little.
It is a famous story about Simon, who his Ukrainian, and his English is not incredibly strong, and he teaches in that very Russian way by metaphor a lot. And I tell people the story that when she was a little kid, she was losing at some competition. Simon comes over, he looks at her and he says to her, open the door and turn on the light. And I'm like on the sideline saying, I'm paying this guy this much money to come say to this kid, open the door and turn on the light? It's crazy. And of course she nodded at him, and then she opened the door and turned on the light, and she won the bout in, no time flat.
For Coach Simon, the lesson was a simple one.
When we open the door, we open with arm. We not open with leg. That it means to need open the door, open with arm. Arm has foil.
There are different fencing weapons, but Nicole fights with the foil.
Foil is one of the weapons in fencing. It's the one I do, and it is a long blade that's relatively light and has a small guard, and in foil the target is the whole torso and the back. I love the competitiveness of it, and it is really athletic, mixed with the fact that it's also about brains and it's cerebral.
For the past 3 Summer Olympic Games, the United States has been represented by Brooklyn siblings Aaron and Keith Smart. They're quite familiar with Nicole's style.
One thing that I've always noticed about Nicole is how she has a very long reach, and she's known as a tactician. She's not necessarily the fastest person on the tour or the strongest, but she knows how to use all of her attributes very well, which is extremely important to become a very good fencer.
Even with the recent wins, she did have some losses at a competition in Virginia and came home early.
So it was just like, my mom actually came, and and so I was just like, Mom, I want to come home early instead of leaving on Sunday and like have more time to do work, and just, since I wasn't fencing, so it was really nice to just come home.
She takes what she does as a learning experience.
George Kolombatovich is the head coach at Columbia. He's watched Nicole fence for more than a decade.
She will lose, but she'll get something out of that in the sense of, okay, why did I lose? What am I doing wrong here? Was it a matter of rushing? Was it a matter of technique? Was it a matter of poor distance? What caused me to lose? And what did I do that was positive, that I might have been able to do more of?
An art history major at Columbia, Nicole has to maintain her academics to compete.
Academics have kind of been a thing that if I succeed and achieve in them, I'll be able to continue fencing at this level. So I really see it as sort of a stepping stone for me, and that is a motivator because I just want to fence.
She has a very bright future. Speaking as a three-time Olympian, I guarantee she'll make the 2012 Olympic Games if she continues on her present course of working hard and competing well. I look forward to watching her compete in London.
The next sort of goal that I'm reaching towards is the 2010 World Championships. So I haven't made a senior World Championship team, and that's my next goal. But even smaller than that, I mean, the next competition is the next goal, and you could even break it down to like the next bout is the next goal. So there's so many different levels of goals that you have, but in the big picture, I definitely have like 2012 in my sights. Anything can happen between now and then, so I'm trying to just keep an open mind and not get, you don't want to get too bogged down on just thinking like, I have to go to the Olympics, this is my only goal, because I think that throws you off. So I try and look at smaller goals on the way to that bigger one.